What's going on, guys? Welcome to LearnCrypto.io, presented by Wyckoff SMI. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
You guys ready to get your cowboy boots on and do some line dancing today? Some square dancing or what?
That's funny. Looks like we'll be picking a new song here shortly.
Can't please everybody around here, I guess.
The same artist, so we just stayed with him for a second.
I just signed up for BitPay to start accepting payments. There you go, Anthony.
Long weekend. Church. Sorry we didn't get live. We were going to a couple times and just trying to continuing to work on things, and these markets haven't been too much fun, so here we are.
We're trying to have fun out here, trying to keep calm, not doing any emotions in trades. Hopefully you guys are doing the same thing. I guess we'll get this show on the road here in a second once we get a few more people in here. I know some of the usual suspects haven't popped up yet.
11,000 during the show. Yeah, it'd be nice to get 10.7 Bittrex.
Smoke and mirrors, please. AKA, Matt is not using it.
Right, we did that, and everyone bished, and Matt and I had already talked about it. So it's like Matt and I decided just take it down then. Everyone's bitching at us, and we're cool about it.
All right, we got some people in here. I guess we'll get this show on the road.
All right, guys, let's go.
Woo.
With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Haven't had a pork blaster in a while, but we saw one in the video now. That's a start.
Had to triple my bag. Is that a flying pig? Yep, that was the flying pork blaster.
And everything makes sense. You gotta remember what you see. Don't be a Gary. If you want that pork blaster, here's the place to be. At Learn Crypto. Welcome to Learn Crypto. We'll make you rich. We're gonna ride that pump.
What's going on, guys? Yep, the 4K was about Peter Brandt. We got his Twitter up here. We got some comments on that, and we'll see what Todd sees on the charts to see if that 4K looks inevitable or possible or what we got going there.
You're right. We need to add some Bobby Axelrod, so I'm going to have to look through billions. But we put the flying pig up there, and we're all trying to triple our bag.
Making those bags fat.
And we're still waiting on Boozy to give us his intro, if he's going to do it or not. We were told he was, but we're still waiting. So
that would be nice. Did you want to start by doing some of the recent graduates on the LearnCrypto.io
caught up
trading
on this
course?
Matt usually went over the students, so let's go over. I think this is a list. Apologize if we missed anyone. I think we're current up to today on who we've missed. So we've got Randall Nelson, J-Tag Lynn, Tom Howard, Johnny Elkin, Baitik 88, The Nelman, Dries, Hog Farmer, D. Glazer, Chatmass, and Robinette and Nathan. So I think that gets us somewhat up to current.
Congratulations to all those recent graduates. And if you guys don't know about that, we do have a cryptocurrency trading course over on LearnCrypto.io. The hyperlink is in the description below, so go ahead and check it out. I'm sure we have some more graduates, some more students that are still taking the course, and we'll give you a shout out whenever you succeed.
And I've been watching the software doing its 5-minute updates, so just trying to get that all worked out with Vladimir. And you know, hopefully it's collecting data, because we got to have it now collect the 5-minute data for 10 days. I'm not sure how many days he's in on it, but Vladimir said there shouldn't be an issue with collecting it. They double checked all that. Shout out to Hog Farmer.
Someone said cue the music, classic.
Classic.
Gotta add a little things here and there. You know, they gotta feel good about themselves.
We're trying to add some music. We got a TV getting up on the wall here.
Yeah, we'll be in the background on the overview.
And we've got a couple things here, maybe with a female newscaster to come in and do a few things.
BTC to 100,000 and LTC to 8,000 by end of 2018. I hope so.
Boy,
I hope so.
That changed the mood around here.
Yeah, I think that'll lighten everybody up. Everybody will be making plenty of money, adding to those bags.
That would change things.
That'd be nice. Guess we'll just get started by taking a look over here at Coin Market Cap, see what's going on.
Yep.
We're sitting at 527 billion, so we're coming up a little bit. I know we were in the fours there for a little bit. Bitcoin is trying to reverse. It's sitting at 10.8. Ethereum at 997, falling below $1,000. Ripple holding at $1.34. We're seeing Litecoin at $178. We got Neo still holding pretty strong here. It's at $121. I know that thing went up as high as in the high 190s, but that was on like a parabolic growth. So I'm happy to see that it's holding some of these gains and staying above $100 currency. Let's see what's in the green for today. We got CND, we got Syndicator. We talked about that well, not yesterday, but on our last show we talked about Syndicator. Kind of talked about what it does, and also that Palm Beach did a buy up to, increasing it from 10 cents to a buy up to of 30 cents. And we're finally seeing it break that 30 cents. We got Pivx, which is we've talked about in privacy sector, up 2%. And then we got VeChain, which we talked about last show as well. What they're doing with RFIDs, they're up 1.99%. So some of the things we're talking about are in the green. We still got Stellar in the green as well. Hopefully these things can turn around, make everybody a lot happier, make these shows a lot easier, because everybody will be making a lot of money, and that's what it's all about.
It makes it a little easier to laugh.
Yeah, no shit. Did you have any? I think you should take a look at the BTC chart just to kind of give that out to the people. I know that's what a lot of people have been asking for, so I'll send that over to you for that chart.
Yep. The BTC.
That crash is a pork chop. No, we call that a limp brisket.
That's a limp brisket. The last time we talked, I believe we were sitting over here where I said if we could get a 12.8 out, it would be good. We did get a 12.8, and we overlapped. I didn't think that was a sell, so I'm making a few missteps here. Again, I'm trying to not miss what I think is going to be a good low, a 4-wave low, and I still think there's a lot of money coming to this area. So I think that overlapping maybe kind of capped the downside. I mean, obviously we've came down and made a 10,000 basically, back here to 10.8. We definitely left an ABC behind, which would mean normally new lows. But, you know, again, I'm not 100% Elliott wave. I don't want to miss what I think's a low and get caught up with everybody else. So I guess why don't you show that Peter Brandt tweet, because I respect Peter Brandt, but he's just throwing information out there that, you know, I won't agree with him.
We got Peter Brandt over here about 4 hours ago saying this is a general TA rule. Violation of parabolic advance leads to 80% plus decline in value. If the general rule is followed, BTC should retrace to less than $4,000. Note, this tweet does not make me a hater. So he's trying to put that out there so he doesn't get a million trolls blowing him up. I guess maybe he believes in BTC, but he's trying to go by the TA rules and saying it should go to 4,000. I don't know how Todd feels on that. I mean, anything's possible in this market, but I think there's just too much support. At least everybody says they're going to buy the dip. I could maybe see 8,000 or 9,000, but I just don't see it going as low as $4,000 personally.
I mean, I think that was, you know, I got some tweets when we were down there, 10,000, people saying, you know, it's going around 3,000, etc. So, I mean, that brings in more selling. So,
and then
I think you still shake the weak guys.
That's really everybody in here that always says buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. If it goes to $4,000, are you guys going to be able to pull the trigger? I don't know. I hope I can, but we'll cross that road when it happens.
Sweating bullets.
Yeah. We do have a couple articles over here that I thought were interesting. Well, maybe not. There we go. The Korean crypto exchange Corbit is halting deposits from non-citizens. We've kind of already talked about this, and other exchanges have already done this. This is kind of why South Korea is in their own little bubble and why their prices are so high. Because they have liquidity issues. Obviously, they're not letting outside investors get on their platforms, which is understandable because they don't want the arbitrage to be going on, I guess. But that's why the prices are so inflated. They have a lack of liquidity. Everybody over there wants to buy. Not many people are selling. So we'll see what happens with that. And then also, This is just, I know people ask about me to do some research on ICOs and some ICO recommendations. We haven't done that really yet. I kind of avoid ICOs personally. Some research came out saying that 400 million raised through cryptocurrency ICOs has been lost or stolen. I know 400 million sounds like a lot, but if you read further, it's only 10%. Really, I just wanted to present this. I know ICOs are a great opportunity to make a lot of money. You hear about all these people getting 100x's, 200x's, but there still are ones that fail, and then there still are plenty that are just straight up exit scams. So 400 million in funds were just straight up exit scams, disappeared, spam, or somebody gave your wallet address and it's all gone. So just be careful out there. If you're going to do ICOs, make sure to do your research or get on projects that other well-known YouTubers or people who have been around the block on Twitter for a long time are talking about, because those ones are probably the ones you're safe doing and that have higher potential in the long run. So I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention.
Let me go through a few coins
Okay.
here too. I want to make sure.
Cool.
I'll talk about Ethereum Classic here as well. I mean, there's the 1 hour on Bitcoin to back up a little bit. Again, we're back at this support where we've been. So I think possibly we could be working on a triangle here, which is still not good news for the bulls, because, you know, we'd mouse around here around 11.5 or whatever, and then still try to tag something below 9,000. So we really need a rally out of here on strong volume to get things going if we're not going to continue to try to work a little bit lower. So
if you guys have any coins that you want Todd to look at, just start putting them up here and I'll try to get him to do that.
There's Bitcoin Cash, 1 hour. Back, I mean, there is support down there at 1,300, so we have tagged down to there. Dash on the 1 hour, same thing, support down here at the 658. We've tested those lows. One chart, you know, I think Nick likes it and I like it. We've got the Ethereum Classic. I think we're in a trading range here. We came down to the 22 support. We've had a strong rally off of there, another test. Even if we would go down and spring these lows, I think that's a coin that you're going to be happy with at the end of the year. So
people want to see Neo, eBoost.
I'd be on that one. Let's go to Ethereum. Trading 1,000. I mean, still a much better chart. This again, I don't think you can go wrong if you own it here. You get a stab lower, I think you have to have it. I think that's one at the end of the year you're going to be glad that you have. LTC 178. A little different looking chart, but you know, we had to blow off from 80 to 370. So probably have sprung this low at 174. So, you know, I still like that here. I'm still going to like it lower. So Neo did the 190 plus. I mean, once again, a very strong chart. I'd be long here or I'd buy a dip. So
people are wanting to look at OMG, Kin, and then one I haven't heard of really is UKG, but it is on Bittrex.
UKG, all right. This is OMG 1 hour. I mean, you'd have had support down here at the 13, which we stabbed before. We did a 14, what, hour and a half ago, whatever it was. Still a decent looking chart. There's not a lot of volume coming in on the downside. And again, the software is collecting data, so and I'm researching other data providers. I mean, I'm trying to make sure that product is quality. But we should be over. I was hoping to go over some stuff tonight with the 5 minute, because I do have a Wyckoff Wave crypto index that we built with, I think it was top 8 coins that Matt and I kind of had came up with. So we're gonna, you know, we're gonna be able to go into that here hopefully in the next night or two. XRP $1.31. Same thing, came down to support at 90. So I think there's support down here on a lot of these coins, but that doesn't mean, you know, we can't scare everybody one more time. But I still, you know, I'm pretty well holding here and looking for higher prices.
Let's do eBoost and Dragon, and then I'll kind of do our spotlight coin, and then we can go back to the charts.
eBoost to 47. I mean, way deep correction. It bounced before down here and went to a 72, so we're right back to where we bounced off a 39 before.
Yeah, they were having some PR issues where a lot of people thought they were going to get their stake coins right away, or their airdrop. Now it's seeming that they have to be staked for 3, 6, or 12 months in order to get the airdrop on that. So I think that's why you're seeing the immediate drop. I think if they get a better marketing team, a better PR team, they're really working on the esports niche. Their founder, Marshall, is friends with one of my good buddies who knows pretty much about this ecosystem, about mining in general. He likes the coin as well, so I'm just trying to add little positions here and there, and going to be staking the coins to get the airdrop as well, and hopefully they can be successful in the esports area. Marshall is a pro esports gamer for Rocket League as well, so he's kind of got an in on that sense. So
and at least you're not buying it high with the fluff. So
yeah, and somebody said eBoost a scam. They faked the airdrop date. Actually, the airdrop date was over on what is it called? Like the coin calendar or whatever, and that's kind of like Wikipedia. Anybody can dump it in there. They weren't being very clear on that date either. But after the official video came out, they did talk about that you do have to stake in order to earn the airdrop. So I think just it was premature hype. Let's just put it that way. I think now you get a chance to get it the pre-hype prices. And if you believe in the team, do some research, do your own research. You might have a big winner because you already see that it's almost hit $3, just off of hype. So we'll see what happens.
There's a UKG on Bittrex, UKG Bitcoin 1 hour. So, well, we're about 60% off the highs. So, not much research beyond UKG because it looks like it just came out at the end of last year. So that's about all the trading record you're going to get on that. And what else was everybody?
Somebody's wondering if we had any thoughts on EOS. We've talked about EOS before. I think EOS is a very good protocol. The founder and developer on that also did Steemit and also does BitShares. Steemit obviously is a working product on the blockchain. He's proved he can be successful with projects. EOS right now is like an ERC20 token IOU kind of thing. You can convert those, I believe, in June or July. They're going to have their own proprietary EOS token for their platform in order to develop on it, kind of like Ethereum or any of these other ones. So I think it's a good hold. Maybe
you're liking that down to like around 9. I think.
Yeah. So we were on it a little earlier. The price is a little higher.
But holding the gains extremely well though.
Yeah. Would you have any kind of buy up to price on that by chance, or do you? I mean, still kind of the markets are still all over the place, so it's kind of hard to do that, but. I like it. I'm not saying go all in on it, but I do have it in my portfolio as a diversifier. I like a lot of the protocol tokens this year, and I like a lot of the privacy coins this year. Those are kind of two of the sectors that I'm going for, as well as mixing in some of these really small cap coins that people are buying up due to unit bias. So that's what I'm going with, guys.
And that one looks good. I mean, it's bounced off that 8 and holding gains up here at 1340s. So.
Crypto, thanks for subscribing, appreciate it. And people said don't forget Dragon before I go take a look at this other coin.
Here's XLM, another one that we like down here. I mean, it did go down to the 30, found previous support, rallying off of it, kind of holding the gains. So that one, same thing. I don't think that one hurts you. From here on out, we got ZRX. That's one Gary was on. We got to start. I'm going to have to go live earlier in the day to get Gary on here.
Yeah, I think you need to pop in here and there.
Pop in.
This guy's saying Syndicator. I'm assuming you're saying buy up to, please. Is that what you're talking about over there, Jack? Like we talked about last episode, Palm Beach they increased their buy up to from 10 cents to 30 cents on that, which is pretty huge. I do use the app. I'm an analyst on the app, so that you do get rewards for it. And it works well. Usually when they're doing buy up twos on Palm Beach, they're shooting for a 5 or a 10x. So even if you say a 5x from 30 cents, that's pretty good upside. I think that's why it's holding the gains here right at 30 cents. I would say kind of see what the market's doing and try to get in cheaper than that. I did sell 25% of my position around 28 cents earlier today, but I am looking to add on that on a consolidation period. So I'll keep an eye on that one.
And then can we throw in a disclaimer? I know we don't
throw in a quick disclaimer.
Results not indicative of future, so that'll keep us out of trouble.
Throw that up there, keep us out of trouble. hopefully you guys got a chance to read all that and heard Todd talking about it.
Like, guys, we got, we're going to try to continue to add to this show and just keep doing what we're doing. So make it better and hopefully a little more fun here once we can shake off this correction.
And once we start seeing some green numbers, everybody's going to have a good time. That's what it's all about. All right, well, let's go on to this coin that people were asking me about, and I think I want to spotlight in here. I think it's undervalued, and I think it has some room to go. Let's take a look over here. This coin I want to talk about today is called NAV Coin. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. It's got a circulating supply of 62 million. One thing I do not like about it is it doesn't have a total supply. So essentially, it's going to have a 3 to 5% inflation rate yearly. That is based upon how many people are staking it. If you do stake the NAV coin, you do get 5% on it, so that's kind of the anti-inflationary part of it. It's got a market cap of 175 million. That's currently ranked 121. Another positive to it is available on many of the large exchanges. We're looking at Binance, Cryptopia, Poloniex, Bittrex, so very accessible to people. They haven't really focused much on marketing, which is probably why you're not seeing the hype cycles on it. It does fall into the privacy category, which I think is going to be hot on for this year. If we go over here and look at it, essentially it's a decentralized cryptocurrency built on top of the latest version of Bitcoin Core. It's not really the latest. They took a snapshot. If you really care to know, you can look at the white paper and see at what block they did that snapshot. We added features of functionality. NAV Coin was created to make online payments easy to do at low cost and all the while making sure to protect your privacy. Essentially, they're trying to be an online payment source for cryptocurrencies. They're trying to be their own coin. Their main focus is on great user interface, accessibility, and trying to get the masses behind it because they're claiming it's so easy and low fees and the speed of transactions are really high. On top of a solid foundation, NAV Coin supports SegWit functionality and easy-to-use wallets, which are packed with advanced privacy features. So this isn't like Zcash where you have to initiate privacy, or like Dash where it can be private or non-private. Every single transaction that occurs on NAV blockchain is automatically private, which I like. I don't want, if we have a privacy coin here, we don't need people, was this transaction private or was it not private? I need to turn this feature on. I need to download a separate wallet for it. This is all built right into it, and it already is using SegWit. Using NAV technology, you get the option to choose private transactions that protect your data and identity while making purchases online. And here they just kind of talk about why they're so great. And then right here you can go ahead and download their wallet. It's a pretty light wallet. It does have to sync to the blockchain, but it doesn't take too long. I think it took me a couple hours on my home computer.
What's up, Morse code? Or I mean, Moscow Mule. You found it.
New Balance are actually great sneakers. Okay. Yeah, and somebody was asking if I knew anything about Trezor Coin. That's like a half and half hybrid coin, proof of work and proof of stake. I actually mine it on my gaming computer. So I mine it directly from my gaming computer over to the Trezor Coin wallet. So I'm satisfying the proof of work there, and then right when it goes to the wallet, it turns over to proof of stake. So then you earn staking on that as well. So it's a pretty good setup if you just have like a one card rig. I think I get like 30 a day. It's about 11 cents. So not too bad. Another thing over here that I like about NAV Coin is you don't even really need an exchange. So they're really trying to make it accessible to the masses. Right here on their website, they have a partnership with Changely, I believe, that you can see right here. You can download the wallet, and you can actually pay using a Visa or a MasterCard. So I can switch this to USD. I can put in whatever amount I want, say $100 if my numlock wasn't on here. And then it'll pop out what you're going to get. Obviously, there is a 0.05% fee through Changely, and the price on here doesn't update as fast, so it is going to cost you a little more, but it's kind of a cost for convenience type of thing. So I just hear Todd over here laughing. I keep wanting to look at the chat.
Right.
So it is a cost of convenience, but for those of your grandma or your mom that doesn't know how to get on Coinbase and to Bittrex and all this other stuff, they can go on here, press download on a wallet, set up a wallet, and then go ahead and buy it with their credit card and start spending it online. There's no real other news besides it. They did pump out this roadmap. I'm not going to sit here and go through all these projects with you, but they have the NAV coin itself, and they have something called Valence. So not only do they have the currency, but they're working on a blockchain application. They're working on a protocol in which people can build on it and then use NAV as the gas kind of for it. If you guys are interested in this project, I'll just go to their Twitter page, find their roadmap, and take a look. They even give you the percentages on how far they are through the roadmap on some of these, and then down at the bottom it tells you everything that's completed. And then lastly, they do offer staking boxes, so like Pi boxes, so you don't even have to leave your computer open. You can actually buy their staking box from them. I think it's $100, and start staking. Get some NAV over there and start staking.
Rick, Hashgraph, I have done some research even myself. I'm not an expert to talk about that. I think we need to go over that in the future. So
yeah, I've kind of looked at it a little bit.
Yeah.
I haven't done a ton of research, but I believe that Hashgraph is that technology is going to be owned by one entity, so it kind of ruins decentralization from my understanding.
Right.
But when more further details and more reports from good media sources or other people in the cryptocurrency field start writing about it, then I can maybe make an educated comment on it.
Right. We've got some friends overseas, and actually even Gary researches a lot, so we're going to do more about that in the future. And then Stefan, we do have a voice for the disclaimer. Our gentleman didn't get that done because he got called away. We are adding that.
Blaze is asking 4K question mark, so you might have missed it, but we're talking about Peter Brandt's tweet. He was saying since Bitcoin broke out of its parabolic that it can go down up to over 80%, so he's targeting $4,000 kind of as an estimate based on TA rules. So we already kind of talked about that. We don't see it going that low particularly, and I'm sure Todd will look at the BTC chart here again in a little bit.
Issues at Coinbase. I mean, I know lots of people having lots of issues, so I don't know what to tell you there, AJ.
Yeah, I watch Jimmy's Song every morning, so I'll go back and see if he came out with a Hashgraph video that I missed then, and then maybe I can talk about it here in the next couple shows or something.
Right, Seb, there is a ton of videos, so, and that's really what I watch too, Seb. So we got NXT in front of us. We talked about that. I talked about nibbling on that back where I show the arrow here.
Well, let me make a
chart real quick.
Yeah, let me make a comment real quick. Lou's asking how do we get the eBoost airdrop tokens. Essentially, you have to download the eBoost wallet. I think their official staking starts in 40-something days. If you go on the website, it's right there. And then they have staking periods. So I think it's like a 3-month, an 8-month, and a 12-month to get those Alaris tokens. For every one eBoost you have, you get a half of an Alaris token, from my understanding. Alaris token is still in the esports field, but it's more doing with like video game development. So they're in the same niche, but not competitors, which is probably why they partnered up. I would like to see better marketing and PR out of eBoost. I kind of sent a couple tweets over to Marshall Long. Hopefully he saw them. He didn't reply to me. And like I said, it's a super small cap. It's like 7 million market cap that trades on Bittrex. It is a flyer, but esports is getting bigger and bigger, and there'd be no problem for that thing in this market if we turn bullish for that to be like $100 million market cap. That's nothing. That's still, top 200, and that would be looking at like a 10x. So that's why I like it. I think it doesn't have much competitors in that niche, and I would like to see how they can get integrated with some of these esports tournaments that are blowing up all over the world.
Right. Hold on. So that NXT, I've got the arrow there where we actually started nibbling a little bit. I didn't do much, but I did nibble. We've got some volume coming in today, so maybe that's why Taj is asking about it. He's usually on the hot ones. So that's impressive with some volume now, so let's see if that can continue. I think that coin is cheap, so let's see if it can make a move here. Seb wanted to look at Ven, and that's didn't I have that up over here, I believe? Here's Ven BTC. Another run, extremely good chart. I know we mentioned that when it was back there at the 45,000 here, that it was holding its gains really well, and catapulted even higher than today. So, and then Z Classic, I think Moscow Mule mentioned that one. Somebody put out some big numbers, I guess, on the upside. I mean, once again, the 90, I think I mentioned that before, that was previous support. We tagged that, tagged it again a little bit ago. It'd be nice if it was a little bit higher than 90 here today. It should have been able to hold 120 or so.
I'll take a look at NAV Coin tonight or tomorrow.
And then let's see. Bitcoin back to 10.8.
Somebody's saying next looks interesting here.
And I think on Bitcoin, I just think, I think probably the low we made at 10 is good for some type of rally here again. Maybe we can go up and tag at 12. And I don't know if that'll hold or not. So I'm still, nothing's really changed for me. I think we're going a lot higher from here as soon as we get this correction behind us. So, and usually Bitcoin will surprise you to the upside. So I'm trying to be prepared for a surprise, and just trying to hold here. So
somebody wants to look at power and metal.
Power BTC. Let's go back out. I was on a 3-minute looking at Bitcoin. There's the hour power. I mean, same thing. You can see support down here. The previous triangle support here was at 6,500. So we rallied off of that nicely. We also sprung these areas. And as you know, you want to buy springs and uptrends. And that reminds me, I wanted to show you, I think I've got it here. Yeah. Here's Wing that we've talked about before. For the pro traders on the Wyckoff SMI.com side, we give a buy on Wing. And this was, you can see volume came in for the jump. Volume was slow here. This was bad news on earnings that day. So I used that as a buy. You can see we did spring that area here where the green arrow is. And then we did another spring up here on the pink line.
.NET Russell said your Bitcoin price lags his by a few seconds. He can tell you the direction, and then you trade it, and we have $1 million idea.
Might not work quite that easy.
Yeah.
So the green arrow here shows another spring. So again, springs and uptrends you want to chase. And now, actually today, Wingstop went to another new high on this move up to 46.07. We're long that from, I think it was 32.60, I think it is. So a pretty good gain there on Wingstop. So we kind of use the tools that we're going to have on the crypto, on the pulse of the market cryptos, to put this position on. And then somewhat after that, you can try to pick up, nether points to do it. I mean, this down here, the technometer was friendly here. So you could have keyed off of this to add on or double up or add a third of position. Now you've got an uptrend that you can look at, and you can buy 50% pullbacks. And that's trying to hit a home run on Wing, and also hopefully the way we're going to trade these coins here in the near future.
Moscow Mule is asking if you had thoughts on FNMA or FMCC.
Moscow, I don't. I know a tenth of what you know about those. So.
Well, maybe that's what he's trying to do. Show how smart he is to the chat box.
Right. He's proven that to me already. So.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, I think that I still think the general stock market here is building a pretty big top. So.
Also, somebody was worst case scenario. What would be the bottom price for BTC? I guess not worst case scenario, because then you could say 0 or 4,000 or something. But more realistically, with probabilities, maybe Wyckoff method, what could you see as a realistic bottom?
I think a break of 9,000 that brings in quick selling, whatever that low is right after that.
You think a 9,000 to maybe a spring?
I mean, I think 8,500 would spring the 9,000. Then I would expect a strong rally off of that. Even if we're going a lot lower, I think that will still happen. We'll spring that low quickly and put together a pretty big rally. I think that's worst case. And, and as I said, I think you've got to be careful that we don't get surprised, because we left an ABC behind, so all technicians for Elliott Wave, they're not going to buy Bitcoin probably. You got, the scare today with Peter mentioning, like I said, I get a lot of tweets where, hey, maybe we're going to go to 3,000 or 4,000, so people are getting scared out. So I think we're clearing out a lot of longs, and maybe we'll continue to clear them out. But I know over time I've got a lot of clients that are not freaking out, and they've built pretty big wealth, and the mistakes they've made are selling coins. So
yeah, I kind of want to talk about that a little bit too. Just when you guys are doing trading or looking at ideas, just no matter how red it is, if you truly believe in the long-term potential of cryptocurrencies, you have to trade without emotions. You have to keep strong hands, try to add to the bags when you feel fit. There's a long road ahead of this, and there's going to be ups and downs. I know everybody says, oh, we know there's volatility in this market, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as it happens, people start to freak out, and those are the ones who are making bad decisions, untimely decisions. So just stay strong. If you believe in this, then stay in it. That's why you got in the first place. I think there's a lot of upside coming, and I think we just got to shake out all the sideways and negative movement. And once one FUD article comes out, a million more follow it. So, there's a lot of fear. We're shaking out a lot of the new people, and we'll see what happens here in the future.
.NET Russell says, that's the truth. Every single loss I've taken is from making trades.
Yep.
So, and I'm the king of trading. I mean, I'd like to trade every day, and I've slowed up here because I just think I could make some mistakes.
Yeah, you gotta. Obviously, Todd does it a lot by Wyckoff method. You just got to choose the method that works for you, and you got to stick to it and let the charts or the fundamentals make the decisions for you. You can't do it emotionally. You can't fall in love with any of these coins. You got to constantly adjust your portfolio based on what's going on now. It's not what happened yesterday. It's what's happening today. I'm not trading on Binance yet. Binance, I tell you, or Coinigy. Woo, those guys. I've emailed them. I mean, they got a software update coming. I mentioned the 14th. I thought it was the 19th. They're still telling me that's coming. They're acting like any day. So I would think I'm going to have Binance here shortly. It seems like a lot of people are positive on it. And, just get away from a computer. Walk away from the sell button and go make a sandwich is what digital mining says. Go work out. It'll make you feel better if you're feeling anxious or whatever. Go do something. Get your mind off cryptos. Stop refreshing cryptocurrency market cap and just let things go. Somebody mentioned, I think Moscow said, thoughts about ETC again. I think that chart pattern is good. Bring me back my screen 1 second here. I think the ETC chart looks good. So I think you got strong support down there at the 21, 22, 23, 24 level. We could spring that level, and I think that would be a gift. So I think that coin, if you buy that, go to sleep, you'll be pretty happy. Somebody wants to see EMC squared. I personally am not a big fan on that. I think there's better investment opportunities. If you're already a big bag holder, I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion on the coin. I don't follow that one either. EMC squared BTC. Looks like it had a 1 hour jump here on big volume. I don't know what that was. Taj, do you know what the news is on that little pump? Is that a pump and dump group again? I know that's kind of been the speculation behind this coin in the past, but I'm not sure. It had to be something to gap and do what it did. I've never seen a gap. Moscow Mule, if you follow me on Twitter, I retweet a lot of what Charles talks about. Obviously, I'm long on ETC. I'm kind of brought ETC to Todd's attention, try to get it to add to some portfolios. We'll see what happens with the Costello fork. They put out a big transparency sheet where they went through all the ETC code and talked about what was good, what they need to work on, and all that. I think Charles is on top of his game. And anything IOHK is involved in, which is now ADA, ETC, and they partnershiped up with Zen, has my interest, and I'm probably going to have at least a little bit of it in my portfolio, and we'll see what happens in the future. ICX. That one is, we just looked at that earlier before we went live. ICX we talked about in one of our first episodes as well, if you want to go back and watch that. There's the ICX BTC. Found that high level support at 40,000. Now here is 76,000. So got a lot of new people in here throwing out a bunch of wrenches. That's good to see. That one still looks good. And we got to get this channel popping. Yeah, once these things get green, it's gonna be so much better. We got a couple things planned, but we got to be making some money to do some things. What's up, Johnny Ringo? You guys have any other topics you want us to talk about tonight, or any other charts you want us to look at, or maybe a coin you want me to do some fundamental research on here in the future? Somebody said NLC2. Not sure what that is. Taj, 75 or 7,800 to 8,500 for Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin futures expiring in a month does that much. There's not that big of positions in there, so I think it's just a reason to talk and a reason to talk down Bitcoin. So I think that's a non-event. I mean, the futures gave some traders an easier way to sell short. Somebody said on Poloniex that there's a massive sell order at 0.09 for ETH. Interesting. Could just be, people will go on there and make artificial buy and sell walls all the time, try to manipulate the market to the best of their ability.
Where do you see us in 10 years? On the beach. Yeah, hopefully on the beach. Hopefully everybody in here on the beach, driving their Lambo, whatever you want to do. Buying drinks with my crypto debit card. We'll be sending you guys all a wrench in the mail from the OGs. We'll all be down there. It'll be Gary and Heather Be Thy Name and Ann and Nug and the Destroyer and everybody else. I told my people we will see green from now up, or will we dip a little lower than last time? I think we kind of talked about that. There's too many coins.
There is a ton that people are wanting you to look at here.
No way.
Let's get you over here for a few more before we call it a night.
There's KIN at Cryptopia.
First round is on Ann, apparently. We need to write down her number.
No, that's Skin. Can't help you on KIN. That must be somewhere else. Sorry, guys. What's up, Steve? We're bouncing a little bit, Steve. Make you feel a little bit better.
Somebody said they want a beach and Lambo combo.
What's
well,
up, Frogville?
Keep tuning in because we're going to get you some coins that hopefully get you there, and hopefully we can hop on that train as well.
10.9 on Bitcoin, so.
As somebody just said, BTC picking up on the 1 hour.
Yep, the 3 minute just went to a new high, so.
Blake wants to see Steam. Let's do that for him. He messaged me a lot on Twitter as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Follow both of us on Twitter because there's a lot of stuff that I can do when I have a full-time job as well as for a institutional financial advisor. So when I'm there, I pop some things on Twitter, or if I watched a good video or listened to a good video, I throw them on there as well. So it's easier to follow throughout the day what we're kind of doing. My Vortex rules. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it, man.
And I will tell you guys, when I'm under stress or under not really sure of trades, I probably go a little more quiet. That's my past history. So I've been quiet on Twitter. I don't really talk unless I think I got something worth saying. So I'm a little more quiet at the moment because I am, I guess you'd say I'm struggling. I think we're in a correction here, and I probably should have traded a little bit more, but I'm just don't want to miss what I think's coming. So I've been a little bit more subdued.
My Twitter is Tunod620.
But don't worry, I've been here. Nothing's changing on what I do.
You can see Todd's as well as at Wyckoff on crypto.
And there's Steam. Same thing. Like all these other charts came down to previous support and has rallied nicely. Did about a 61% pullback into today. So I don't see much wrong with that. And on the course, guys, we've got, I'm adding. On Twitter, I did put up the video that I did for Wyckoff Stock Market Institute. It talks about OP Force and Tech. It gave some divergences in harmonious action. You could check that out. I will be adding that to the course, but I want to add it obviously with the crypto charts. I don't want to be using stock charts, but it's still the same thing. Just basically change the ticker
Genesis
symbol.
is new to the channel. Essentially, we talk about we kind of go over the coin market cap for the day, obviously, a couple news articles for the day. Usually I do fundamentals on 1 or 2 coins that have been given us through the community, either on Twitter or in the chat after the show. And then Todd over there is he's been doing Wyckoff method trading for many, many years, very successful in other in commodities and everything else. So he looks at a lot of these charts from a TA perspective and tries to find us some good buying opportunities on a lot of these coins. And overall, we just have a really strong community. Everybody bounces ideas off each other, and everybody's trying to help each other make a lot of money. We do have a trading cryptocurrency course, so you can be a student on learncrypto.io. And then we also do a cryptocurrency private client group where we manage your portfolio using API trading keys. You still have access to your account, and you can make your own trades if you would like. And if you want more information on that, that link is in the description below as well. Glad to have you.
And on the trading course, like I said, I'm adding the lessons on OP Force and Tech. We're going to go into a lot more videos, a lot more charts. So the software is collecting data, and I am watching.
Roundtable, that 4K was more referring to Peter Brandt's prediction. We don't see that low of price. We're looking more, maybe an 85, Todd, at the lowest. Is that what you're kind of calling conservatively?
I think we spring 9, worst case scenario.
There you go.
And come back quick.
All these videos you can also go back and watch after the live is over. So if you guys missed anything, you can always go back. Anything else for us, guys, before we get out of here for today? Call it a day.
What's the third book from the right in the bookshelf behind you? What are they looking at?
How can you see that?
Right. I got some magazines of Wall Street that Richard Wyckoff wrote in the 1900s. I got a bunch of those all over the place that I bought online. There's a Hedgehogs. I just got a little Hedgehogs is one of them. So I don't know. I read random financial whatever.
Somebody's saying if you're looking for an entry into LTC, is it a good price now, or should we hold for a little lower or get in now?
I mean, I think you got to nibble some here.
I think you nibble here just in case BTC does start to reverse. Obviously, if BTC, obviously if BTC does go down, he's gonna pull up his chart over here. But if it does go down, then LTC is gonna follow. I saw something that somebody looked at correlation to BTC to all these other coins, and the highest correlating coin is Litecoin right now. Obviously, which kind of fits a scenario of Litecoin is silver to Bitcoin is gold. So it's a good thing when BTC is rallying. And I do like Litecoin, and I do like Charlie Lee. Here's the chart over here. Oh, you want to take a look at the LTC chart real quick, Todd? I
got an Escalade. I got a big Escalade because I travel back home to see my lovely wife, who I haven't seen. I didn't go home this weekend, but I love you, honey. She was going to come down today, and I didn't let her because I had said I had Bitcoin. I had a Bitcoin headache.
I'll write down NGC, and we'll talk about it tomorrow, Genesis.
And actually, we're bringing the Todd Mother's going to be on the show, I think, still maybe this week or next or something. And she's working on a few things for us because she's always in the background doing her thing. So XVG is in front of us. Kind of same thing. It came back to support, which was deep considering the rally that it had. We've had rallied off of that. So, I think that's, way off the highs. A lot of people have gotten hurt from it, but I think it does go higher. So.
And then if you want to pull up the Litecoin chart just to kind of fill what we were talking about earlier. I did look a little into Particle. I don't want to really talk about it right now. Maybe Particle and the other one I just wrote down. We can look at those two.
Same thing here. Litecoin came down to that 140 level. I put this. Let me fix that a little bit. I had this from before. No. I mean, it also could be doing sideways here before spring of the previous low at 138, but I think you got a 164 earlier. That could still be a decent level. So
shout out to River. He said, badass how you guys are going through the coins. Hey, we just like to help the community. This is kind of a break for us, honestly. I have a full-time job, plus then do cryptos with PCG and all that after work, and I know Todd's over here doing stuff on the daily with the cryptocurrency trading course and making trades as well. So we're just here to have fun, have a growing community, and bounce ideas off each other, and really trying to help everybody out. The goal is to, at the end of the day, to have our entire community making money, feeling good about their investments, and moving forward with life. That's what it's all about.
I don't think some people don't know it. I mean, this is my trading office in St. Louis, so I've got a home below us on the floors below. So this is just a top floor roof location where it's more quiet for my trading, and I'm here a lot. And then I've got my real office 2 hours away.
Somebody said, is this show daily yet? We strive to do Monday through Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Todd is going to start popping in here and there if he sees fit for some trades.
I'm definitely popping in.
And then we're looking to maybe do stuff on weekends, maybe pre-recordings on weekends if we have time as well. And then somebody said, what do I do? I work for an institutional financial advisor here in St. Louis. I'm a performance analyst working primarily in alternative assets. So private equity, hedge fund, and real assets. And that's as much detail as I really want to go into.
Right. We met because he talked to me about PCG, and then I just knew that he knew a lot about the coins and a lot of research, professional, knowledgeable. So we just talked about bringing him in. Even when Matt and I was doing our thing, we talked about bringing him in on my TNA show just to throw a little flavor out there on fundamentals.
Shout out to you, King Louis. Yeah, we still love Matt, of course, too. There's no beef there or anything. We're just... Todd's kind of talked about that in the past, different roads, and we're both doing our things, and we're still in contact with him and everything, so we're just all doing our own thing.
Matt's still back. I mean, he's going to do some – actually, he's going to be the one that puts the software available on the course to buy and stuff. I mean, he's taking care of my headaches like he'd always done, so we don't have no problems there. I mean, he's doing his thing with – he wanted to veer left and I wanted to veer right, but we're still, and yeah, we threw some – threw a little bit of shade on each other somewhat, but that was just, we've worked together like every day for 2.5 years. So, but that's all cool. We're fine now.
Cool. Well, if that kind of wraps it up, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. I'll look at a couple of these coins you guys threw out. Also, you can comment after the videos. I take a look at those as well. Maybe get on the list for some of these coins that me and Todd can look at both on the charts and fundamentally. And we'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.
All right, guys. We're out of here.